Yo, yo, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Whew. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Peace and love. Happy Tuesday. Tenacious and Truthful Tuesday. Peace and love on this Tuesday. What a day, what a day, what a day. Peace and love. What is happening? How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We are putting up this camera and then we're going to get started, get into it. Boom, bat, bat, boom. We got some balloons for Father's Day still here, right? Shout out to my fiance for making Father's Day incredible, right? Probably the best Father's Day I've ever had. In spite of the challenges, a lot of challenges Father's Day weekend, but definitely beautiful weekend, beautiful Father's Day specifically. She got gold star balloons. She had gold star balloons because she said she thought about gold stars, right? Like, in school you get gold stars for doing good. And she's been around. She's been around my children and I. She's been around me talking about my children and the challenges, and she's been around me in the neighborhood. And yeah, I'm every bit of a dad, right? Not just to my children, but to children in my neighborhood. I take my fatherhood serious. I take my role as a man, as a father, as a leader, pretty seriously. And so, yeah, man, she got the gold star balloons for your boy, right? Sunday we had the Father's Day dinner here at my crib, right? First annual, I guess. I definitely want to keep it going. Definitely want to keep bringing fathers together in a bigger way, right? Friday I was at the Brooklyn Sports Club event with Dizzy Brown and the Opportunity Hub, and one thing I mentioned to them, I was like, "Yo, we should plan for a Father's Day retreat next year, all right? Next year, Father's Day weekend, let's do a retreat. Let's get some fathers together." I said, "I'm sure we could get some sponsors, some funding to make it free for fathers, right? Fathers shouldn't have to pay, right? You pay for everything throughout the year. You shouldn't have to pay for a retreat. It should be we get some sponsors, make it free, cover the expenses, right? 3-day thing, Friday to Sunday night, right? Friday afternoon, Friday morning, all right? Thursday night, right? Depending on work schedule, but yeah, Thursday night to Sunday morning. I think 3 whole days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we do some circle stuff, do some music stuff, have some fun, probably engage in some sports, engage in some really, really necessary conversations, storytelling, make some food, right? Obviously, all vegan, right? I would never organize a retreat where it's not fully vegan. I would, and that's a challenge, right? But vegan is good. Vegan is good. Vegan is fruits. Vegan is healthy. Vegan is nourishing. Um, so yeah, so that's what we want to work on for next year, but not just next year, right? We want to figure out ways to get fathers together specifically throughout the year, monthly, right? Every month it should be a Father's Day thing, Father's Day meetup, fathers meet up, right? Every month to because every father is in a different space, dealing with different challenges related to their own life, their health, their finances, right? Their family dynamics, their fatherhood, right? Dealing with stuff with their parents, their siblings, right? And so yeah, we got to figure out a way to get fathers together regularly. And so yeah, so thank you, babe, for the balloons. Thank you for the Father's Day dinner. Thank you for the Father's Day massage. Thank you for all the stuff you did regarding my children and celebrating my son's birthday. As we also did that right this weekend, not only celebrated Father's Day, but celebrated my son's birthday. His birthday is Friday, 13th. No, not 13th. He'll be 13 this Friday, June 20th. All right. As we go into the summer solstice. So yeah, thank you for all of that. Nori Vibes, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Eddie Kruger, my brother, peace and love. The Come On Wellness Retreat. Yeah, right. I definitely mentioned that to them. They was able to do that thing. We got some connections. We got some resources. So I'm like, it shouldn't be an issue of can it happen? Do we want it to happen? Do we want this fatherhood wellness retreat to happen next year or not? Because if we want it to happen, then we can make it happen. There's nothing that can stop us, right? Especially the fathers that just on the top of my head was around this weekend that I was around this weekend rather, from Dizzy Brown and that crew over there to Sunday, right? Sunday's dinner and just the other fathers that I was in communication with. Like we got enough connections, we got enough resources that we could make a free retreat happen for fathers, and so that's a that's a plan, a goal we're going to work towards for next year. But what's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. Welcome. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Marston. You are tuned into SR Daily, episode 390, 390 episodes in. That means just 10 episodes, 2 weeks away from milestone episode 400. We are waiting for a confirmation response from venue in Brooklyn, right? So we can do 400 episode there. Of course, as I've mentioned, if that doesn't happen, we do this thing in the park, do it in my house, right? Like a few people come by. I don't know, man, but I just know it's a lot happening, a lot of emotions, right? We're gonna get into some stuff that I'm thinking, some stuff that I'm feeling later on during the tip of the day. But let's hit the share button. Please do share this live for 5 to 10 of your friends who may be interested in tuning in. Hit the share button. Don't keep this live to yourself. Don't keep this live to yourself. Hit this share button. Share this live. Share this good news. Share this good content. All right, spread the love. Spread the love. Please spread the love. It is all love, all good. All right. Again, don't keep good content to yourself, man. Share it with your beloveds. Share it with your peoples. Make sure people know what's going on. What goes on with the goes on, as they say. What goes on with the goes on. But I'm going to start the show now. I'm going to go start with our first segment of the day. Today's first segment on this gloomy, cloudy Tuesday, June 17th, 2025 is a quote of the day. And this quote, I just heard it a few days ago, man. My brother blew my mind with this quote. My brother Willie Levy. All right, this is a quote from Willie Levy. And it says, every time you lose focus, you're not just postponing your purpose, you're pausing your present. He read that. So Willie is the co-founder of Organics Love Tree. That is a husband and wife based vegan company based here in Queens. They make incredible food, right? Incredible vegan food. That's the brand, the company that I partner with to do my sandwich, the vegan still matters, the vegan rib ring mac and cheese on a bagel sandwich. Partner with them. So yeah, that quote, man, is incredible. Willie is a dear brother of mine. He attended our Father's Day dinner the other night, Sunday afternoon, evening, and he read 2 chapters, right? Before leaving, he read 2 chapters of this book that he's writing. And I promise you, like, I was glued, right? Like, I love reading. I love listening to people read. I love stories. And I was glued to my seat, like eyes closed, like hearing him read, like seeing, right? Like what he was reading, seeing what he was talking about, seeing what he was expressing, what he was communicating. I'm seeing it clearly. And when he said this, I was like, hold on, bring that back. Every time you lose focus, you are not just postponing your purpose, you are pausing your presence. This is golden. This is one of the greatest things like I've ever heard and read, right? Such a great writer, I had read something else that he wrote. He wrote a blog post, right, about a year ago, dealing, about his life and some stuff that he was experiencing and dealing with. And I just was like, I knew then that he was a great writer, but since he's improved, as we should, right? We keep writing, we get better. So I can't wait for the rest of the world to read his words, to hear his voice. I told him not only should he write the book physical, he should make an audio book, because listening to it, right? Again, I didn't read it, I listened to it, and his voice captured me, right? Listening to him read his words, it locked me in. It was like, okay, this is good. This is good stuff, right? And so, I can't wait for the world to read his words, to hear his voice. Shout out to Willie Levy. I send him love. I send him blessings as he finishes up this project, right? And gets it out to the world, man. I think, they're doing incredible things. He and his wife, and I think just him writing this book could just add to it, right? It just be more great things they're doing. They do have a ebook out that you can download. So if you go to their page, whether I think more so Instagram and Facebook though, but I think the link is on their Instagram. Organics Love Tree, ORGANIXLUV TREEORGANIX, Organics Love LUV Tree, Organics Love Tree on Instagram. Hit the link in their bio. You can go to their ebook. They do have an ebook. I think it's like $10 or something like that. But it's about couples going raw, right? They are, again, a vegan couple They cook food, but they also did raw. They did raw back in January with us when Kimona and I did raw food for 30 days. And like they went and made a book out of it, which is incredible, which is what you want to happen, right? You want people to engage in things and then do something with that, right? Extract something from the experience. So you experience something, right? So it's like the gift that keeps on giving. You do something that's beneficial for yourself, beneficial for others. And then you say, how can I extract more out of this? How can I get more out of this? How can I make this do more? And so you do initiative, right, for yourself, health initiative. It works. People like it. Boom. Let's put it in the book now, right? Similar to when I did my art exhibit, my first art exhibit I curated back in 2020. Did a bunch of events. I'm like, people should know about some of these events. So let's do an art gallery. Let's do a photographic art gallery where we print photos, put them up on the wall, and come through and talk. Similar to the hunger strike, we do the hunger strike. We got a bunch of photos, right? 14 days sleeping outside, addressing issues. We got a bunch of photos. We got a bunch of video. Let's make a documentary, right? And then let's do an art exhibit, right? So art exhibit is photos of the hunger strike. It's the documentary. It's the outfit that I wore for 14 freaking days hanging up on the wall, right? And then there is, we got some paintings, right? We partnered with Uncut, the artist, and got some paintings that reflected the hunger strike. And so, yeah, super dope. Shout out to Willie, right? Shout out to Willie, shout out to his wife. Can't wait to read this book, brother. So finish this book. If you watch this repeat, finish this book, please, as soon as possible. Because the world needs it. I think you need to get it out and the world needs to read it. Two things need to happen that are connected but different, right? So yeah, let's move right along to our second segment of the day. Sefu Sankofa, peace and love, my brother. Peace and love. Yo, New York Divas, D Priest, what's going on, sister? Peace and love. Long time no see. Long time no see. I hope that you are doing well. Second segment is Need to Know News. It is a new initiative. It is pretty good news. It is a new initiative from, well, not from, but in, that I read about in Black Enterprise. Super dope. Hold on. So what is this? I'm trying to find my, okay, here's my page. Super dope initiative. Spark initiative that allows Black founders to seek $1 million in grand prize funding for their business. And yeah, I'm super dope. I'm super excited. I think this is super dope, and we are going to get into it. Hold on. Laptop got to freeze. Okay, there we go. All right, unfrozen. Frozen again. Technology, baby. Technology. Okay, that is, where is? Yeah, it's frozen. Everything is frozen. It keeps freezing. Man, I'm sorry, guys. I lost my notes, but we're gonna get them back right now. Give me 1 second. We lost the notes. Pull back up. Back, boom. But yeah, this is super dope, right? I think anytime that there are more opportunities for funding, specifically for Black business owners, right? Black founders, Black creatives, I think it only pushes the needle forward, right? Some people will say, oh, money, you still need money, dog. Like, you still need bread. People still need to live. People need to be mentally okay, right? And so, yes, people need to learn to be mentally okay without, but like in that process, people need, right? And so I'm super grateful. This is called the Spark Initiative Startup Pitch Accelerator Competition. And again, it's to support Black businesses nationwide. I think it's so dope and necessary. And now we are going to get into the article. So Black founders can seek $1 million grand prize to help energize their business. This is Black Enterprise. This is by Jeffrey McKinney, June 12th, 2025. Spark is helping to close the funding gap for Black founders seeking much-needed capital. Accumulating much-needed capital to flourish remains a massive obstacle for Black founders. Just 0.4% of startup funding in 2024 went to Black-led firms, per this report. As such, only $730 million out of that funding, totaling $314 billion last year, reached Black business owners. So there was $314 billion of funding that went out last year to business owners. Only $730 million, which is 0.4%, went to Black founders, which is insane, right? Which means that either we're not going for the funding, right, or it's not accessible to us. And a lot of it is not accessible to us, not really, right? The good news is that entrepreneurs can now pursue $1 million to scale their business and get it market ready. The 7-figure grand prize includes mentorships and direct access to media, tech, and entertainment networks. The support is available through Spark, Startup Pitch Accelerator Regional Competition. The startup competition is designed to support Black entrepreneurs nationwide. The funding is vital as Black founders often face systemic barriers in raising capital that can hinder their ability to create innovative products and services, compete with virals, and build sustaining prosperity. Two renowned business owners, music executive Ted Lucas and Silicon Valley tech investor Hillman Sori, are leading the regional competition in Miami. Lucas is transitioning into tech. He is also the founder of Miami-based Slip and Slide Records, which is home to the rappers Rick Ross and Trina. Soray's resume consists of investing in more than 100 companies. Lucas and Soray are co-founders of the Source Groups, which created Spark and brought it to Miami for the first time this year. That firm calls itself Florida's first tech hub for Black founders. Its offerings include free tech cohorts, Tech Tuesdays with industry leaders, and reportedly job pipelines to firms like Microsoft and Kaseya. Some 40 applicants will be initially selected. The deadline for applying is July 1st, and those interested can do that in game. More details here. Spark is tied to the Startup World Cup financing the prize. A winner from South Florida will advance and pitch to venture capitalists at the Cup's global finals in San Francisco in October. Dope. Soray tells Black Enterprise via email the top 40 applicants will join the accelerator. He says it includes product strategy, sales, legal, and pitch development. Access to successful entrepreneurs and experts in each of these categories is difficult for individual founders to achieve. He added that the top 40 will have a chance to develop relationships with angel investors, VCs, community partners. Doesn't exist through any other event or organization. And so now I'm wondering, is it just South Florida? Because it said nationwide. So I got to read more on this. Lucas shared via email the mission of the Source Groups is to create access to resources and funding that many Black founders simply wouldn't know existed. We're here to close that gap and make sure our community doesn't just survive in business but thrives. In the Black community, it's froze again. In the Black community, Lucas says access to capital is one of the biggest barriers to growth. Many of us don't have the luxury of friends and family rounds, not because we lack talent or vision, but because generational wealth just hasn't been there. That's why the chance to win $1 million paired with the right guidance and strategy can be a game changer. So Ray hopes the accelerator can help Black founders become more viable players in the nation's multi-trillion-dollar tech industry. The source is built to do more than level the playing field. We're here to create an advantage for innovative entrepreneurs. Through access to capital, strategic revenue partnerships, mentorship, and hands-on founder development, we help them turn promising ideas into scalable ventures. And that's what I need, and that's what I need to be a part of. You know what I mean? That's what I need. That's what I need to be a part of. And so I'm going to read some more, see what the requirements are to pitch, to apply to pitch. Because I definitely want to apply. I got a company, right? Got a business. We got EIN. We got LLC. We got, the basic stuff. We don't got everything that we need, but we're figuring it out. But I think that's super dope. So if you are Black man, Black woman, you have a business, somebody with a business, put them onto this, right? All you got to do is, it was on Instagram, and then I just Googled Spark Startup Fund with Black Enterprise, and then the whole article came up, and there's, that was on Black Enterprise. There's more articles, other spaces about it. So yeah, spread the love, right? Apply. Make sure you apply. Said Food tuning in from LIC. My brother. Make sure you apply. And let's move right along to our third segment of the day. Always our third segment, is our tip of the day. Today's tip is to be sure to fully process emotions as much as it's possible before trying to move on, right? To process your emotions as much as possible. Yes, life goes on. Yes, life goes on, and you have to keep living after tragedy, right? Or something painful happens. You have to keep going. You have to keep working. You have to keep raising your children. You have to keep all of the stuff. You have to keep going, right? But I think you shouldn't rush the process. I think too many of us too often rush the process, and it does us, I think, more damage than good. In the short term and in the long term, right? So respect the fact that it is indeed a process, right? Like when you are hurt, when you experience tragedy or trauma, it is a process. And I'm saying that literally to myself, because I experienced something Saturday that was pretty tragic, right? Pretty unfortunate. And I had to keep going through Saturday, right? So I had to I had to compartmentalize, bottle up these feelings, feel them, but bottle them up, right? Express a little bit, but keep going. It was we had to celebrate my son's birthday, right? So I couldn't really express the way I wanted to. And then, got in late Saturday and, wasn't fully able to express. And then Sunday, I had to get up and get moving and get things done and do things. And I had to go, meet a homegirl in the city, DJing at an event. Had to go, come home, get my massage that my fiance had booked for me. And then had to host the Father's Day dinner, and then had to go to Brooklyn to, sleep with my fiance and enjoy the evening. And Monday had to get up and do the show and have a meeting right after, and then have other stuff, and then prepare for last night's final session of the my meditation series in Queensbridge. And then after that, I had to come home and do a meeting, right, about the vegan festival. And so I haven't fully processed what happened Saturday. And I think this morning I woke up like feeling the energy. And so like this whole show, I've been holding back tears because I feel now it's processing like really the gravity of what I experienced and what happened Saturday. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that tip, man. Be sure, again, as much as it's possible, right? Because you do have to move on. You do have things that you do. So you have to compartmentalize. But I don't think we give ourselves, humans, especially fathers, right? Black people, Black men and Black women, fathers and mothers, those who aren't parents, we don't give ourselves enough time to fully process, right? We don't fully sit in the emotions. We don't fully sit with the pain, with the trauma. We don't really sit with it. We try to move through it. We try all of the things, which is good, but respect the fact that it is a process. And I think somebody said yesterday, right, one of the things that came up yesterday was like, sitting with emotions and, wanting to move through them quickly, right? And then somebody else said, the only thing sometimes that can help is time. And so you got to give it time. Right? Time, you have to respect the process. Everything is a process, right? We are not robots. We aren't robots. We are human beings, regardless of how much society tries to turn us into robots. We are not robots. No. We are humans, and we have emotions that impact us, and it's the wise thing to do to let things fully process, right? Fully, as much as it's possible. As much as it's possible. Still got things to do. You still got to eat. You still got to sleep. You still got to shower, right? You're not saying fall into a depressive state. However, if you're going there and if it's like, then go there and get out of there, right? Yeah, that's my tip for today, man. Be sure to fully process your emotions as much as it's possible, right? How do we know if the process is taking too long? That's up to each individual to assess, right? I think if you're wallowing in something, that means it's taking too long. Right. I think wallowing is different than allowing the process. I think allowing the process is allowing the emotions to come up. All right. It's not consistently thinking about it. All right. It's not when, you're doing something else and you're wishing that, oh, I wish that didn't happen. Oh, I wish, oh, that shouldn't have happened. Oh, that was so bad. I think that's when, you begin to wallow, and it could be like, all right, now it's not healthy. But if the emotions are just there, not so much, right? Like you're thinking about something else, but the emotions keep coming up, then you gotta give that time. You gotta give space for that. You gotta allow space for those emotions to be present and for those emotions to be expressed. All right. And I think that's different than actively, consciously putting in your mind, right, the thing that shouldn't have happened, the thing that was so bad, the thing that happened that caused so much pain. I think that's a little bit different. All right. But yeah, let's move right along to our fourth and final segment. Today's fourth segment, our build of the day. Gotta talk about this, man. I was trying to figure out how to talk about this, but I think it's the build of the day. End of year school fights. End of year school fights. What the hell? End of year fights. High school students. Can anything be done about these freaking fights? If so, what? There were fights at least two schools yesterday, right? At least two schools that I know of. There were fights yesterday. Right, my fiance's school had a fight in a brawl, and then in Coney Island, it was a brawl in which at least one teenager was stabbed, right, reportedly stabbed, right. I seen a clip on somebody's Instagram yesterday, and I watched it a few times. I'm like, wait, this guy right here looks like my brother, right? Not my biological brother, but my bro, my bro from my hood. And so I screenshot and I text him, bro, this you? He's like, yep. And I watch him, he's standing there, right? He wasn't involved. His son graduated. His son wasn't involved. But it was a graduation celebration, right? They graduated. Now they're celebrating on Coney Island at the boardwalk. and you just see a rumble, people running around, fighting. I'm like, yo, my bro, right? Because we done been through so much. He just standing there looking, just making sure ain't nobody coming his way. He ain't got nothing going on. Nobody going his family's way. And I love the fact that we could do that. But like, God damn, what can we do about this? Why is this happening so much? Yes, school fights happen, but why? They happened when I was younger. Why? Why? What can parents and school faculty do during the year to avoid this? Is there anything they can do? Is there anything that parents and school faculty could do to avoid this? All right. How did we get here? How did we get here? Like, it's so emotional, like somebody stabbed, right? What if they die? What if they die? For what? What are these fights over? I was asking my fiance, asking Mona, like, what are the fights over in your school? Right? Like, oh, well, you know, somebody's bullying somebody and they tired of it. And it's like, man, like, I got so many questions and so many thoughts, right? So many questions, so many thoughts. And it seems that graduations and end of the year celebrations aren't safe anymore. Graduations and end of the year celebrations aren't safe anymore. I'm perplexed. I'm legit perplexed. I'm legit hurt and confused for the young people, right? I'm hurt for the young people who, number one, feel like they have to live like this. Like, you don't have to live like this. You don't have to live fighting all the time, stabbing and gun and shooting. You don't have to do that. Like, finish freaking school and go home. Go on vacation. Go do something. But I think, I'm mad emotional today. I think we need a whole culture shift, right? Because music glorifies it, right? And anybody can make music. Obviously, like, it's so easy to you can make a song. Doesn't have to be the big song. You can make a song and share it with your social media and your group and your network, and they share it. But music propagates, perpetuates, right? Fuse this violent behavior. I think, and obviously there are parents who are involved in their children's lives and are involved in their day-to-day, and their children are not involved in this stuff, but and their parents who are involved, their children still are involved in this stuff, right? And so, like, I don't know if it's necessary involvement. I mean, I do think parents could be more engaged in their children's school life, not just the education, not just the work, but the school life, right? Like, what is happening at school? What are the programs? What are the clubs, right? I do think we need to be more involved so we can know what's going on and so we can know how to address things, because these end of year fights, it's a lot of times, I think, from stuff that's been building up throughout the year that has gone unaddressed, unacknowledged, right? That has gone, that it was just fanned. Like, so the smoke is growing, and at some point it's going to turn into a fire. And end of the year, celebrations, graduations, carnivals, all of the things, field days, these things have a higher potential to happen, because during the year, there were little spats, there was little beef, there was little things like that where nothing was done. Nothing was really done about it, right? Mona said a lot of social media drama. Absolutely, a lot of social media drama. All right. Many students do not tell their parents or any adult what's going on. Absolutely. They don't, and it's sad. All right. They don't want to look like a punk. Absolutely. Parental engagement dwindles after elementary. Absolutely, it does. So we need to be involved more as parents or as people in the neighborhood, because our children, not only your biological children, could be harmed in these situations, but like children in your neighborhood, your friends' children, your nieces, your nephews, right? Children you see every day could lose their lives, not just be hurt, but they could lose their lives in situations like this. Kid was stabbed, young person stabbed in Coney Island, right? Like, insane. Like, I would be devastated. My child gets stabbed at the graduation, like graduation celebration. My child gets stabbed. Oh, my child stabbed somebody. Like, what are you doing? But as Mona said, many parents are not involved. Many children don't tell their parents, right, what's going on. And yeah, it's a tragedy. I think this is a tragedy and a travesty. And I think as a collective, we got to figure out how to address this more, because I think if we don't really, really aggressively address this, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. It's going to be, I see drive-by shootings happening at graduations. We've seen drive-bys at funerals, right? It happens at funerals. So I see that. Unfortunately, I see if we do not aggressively address these situations, right? In this situation that's fresh now, if we don't aggressively address it, next year it could be worse. And so, sending love, sending prayers out to the young people who are hurt, young people who are bullied, taken advantage of, right? Who just try to defend themselves, said that they got to be in that situation. Sending love to the parents who got to console their children who may have been hurt, right? May have seen a friend get hurt and they got to console them. And, I pray that, people get to talk and not just yell and scream. And there's some understanding, and that next year we could do a better job, right? When it's graduation season, when it's end of the year season, we can keep our children safe, our young people safe in their celebrations. And so, guys, that is the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm feeling some stuff, man. I'm gonna go, I think, lay back down for a little bit. Get up in a bit. I'm gonna do a barbecue. I got some hot dogs. I got some burgers. Got some corn. Got some zucchini. All right. Got some mac and cheese. Got a few things here at the crib, man. I want to cook it up tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. Doing raw food. All right, gonna do some raw food, man, as we prepare for a water fast, summer solstice water fast, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Right, Mo? That's the water fast, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 20th, 21st, and 22nd, yes. And then Monday, do a breath fast as we reset and go into summer. I can't go into summer feeling how I feel now, right? I know a lot of it is emotion stuff, but it's also like weight stuff, right? Eating stuff, right? But yeah, man, we're going to go. That's the end of the show, man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please be sure to join us tomorrow, same time, same place, right? 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. right here on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Martin. You are tuned into episode 390 of SR Daily. Please do enjoy this Tuesday. Remember, SRDaily is a personality meets enlightenment, man. Personality meets enlightenment. And I'm gonna go lay down, man. I'm gonna do some crying, right? We're gonna cleanse energy. Probably nap for an hour or two. Get up, work out, exercise a bit, read, journal a little bit, right? And I gotta go get a few more things. Get some breads, right? Get some more breads. Gotta get some ketchup. I ain't got no ketchup. Get some relish for hot dogs. I like relish on my hot dogs. Vegan hot dogs, of course. But yo, come through, man. 4 o'clock, about 4 to like 7. Barbecue at the crib, man. Should be no rain, then should just be a little cloudy, but we got a little backyard, man. We got a little front yard too, right? We're gonna do a little barbecue and eat some food, man. Listen to some music, and see you guys later, man. Remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. It's staying down. So get up. The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself. Be kind to each other. Be limitless. Peace.